What you've done is evil. There's no denying that. I know you didn't walk your path out of weakness, but merely from misguided strength. Misguided because you were alone. Because you had no friends to keep you on the straight and narrow. No one to use all that strength for, other than yourself. That loneliness could make a monster out of anyone. Out of me. I understand. And I forgive you, Volrun.
I don't need your victor's pity. And you can choke on your vain forgiveness. Don't! You wish to save this world? To make your selfish dreams into reality? If you choose to walk that path, you choose a path of betrayal, despair, and corruption. And in the darkness at the end, I'll be waiting for you! Volrun!
I'm sorry. The Renans Alma is...
Yes. But you still possess the blazing sword. It may not be quite as strong as the Renans Alma, but nonetheless...
I can't! I would never! It would kill you!
My thorns, they're... Soon the great astral spirit will break free. And when that happens, no one will be spared. But there's still time. You can still destroy the thorns. And me with them.
But that's exactly what we've been fighting to prevent. I promised I would find a way to save you.
You did. I know. But I don't want you to die either. So please, don't let me be the end of the world.
That's it. Look! The path Dahna's energy flowed through is still open. We can use it to call out to Dahna's will!
Alphen, what are you saying?
Don't you remember? Rinwell said there was a little bit of Dahna's will inside all of us. If there is a way everyone can come together to form Dahna's will, then maybe we can ask for it to help us, to find us a way out of this.
Are you really saying that if all of Dahna thinks of saving us, it will become the will of the planet itself? That's madness.
Maybe so, but it's the only way we can save you. And the only way to save Rena, too.
To save Rena?
That's right. Rena's will never had evil intent. If we're saving everyone, that includes them. I don't want to live in a world without you, Xion. And I'm tired of living a life built on death.
Alphen, I'm with you.
Collective will of Dahna, hear my plea! I want to save Xion! And I want to save Rena too! I want to end this cycle of one joy, constantly being sacrificed for another's pain! So please, grant us your strength!
Chat, I'm about to be crying in the club all over again. I really hope that this music doesn't get the video blocked on YouTube that's about to play, because I want to leave it in, even if it gets demonetized. But I love this so much. This is such an amazing ending. Tales of Xillia is my favorite Tales of game, but purely looking at just the ending and nothing else, this might be my favorite ending. It's right there with Tales of Xillia. It's very close. Very close, but I adore this part of the game so much. Such a good turn for an actual happy ending. I adore it. And it is so pretty. Oh, it's so good. It's so incredible. Let's go. I'm trying to talk a little. I don't want to talk over the awesome sequence and they might start talking, but I'm trying to talk over the music so it hopefully doesn't get blocked. Please. That sword does not look like fire anymore. This still looks like you're killing her, by the way. We know you're not, but it sure looks like it. This animation is so clean. Such a good cutscene. I love it. It really is like a spirit bomb moment, isn't it? Oh, I love it. Also, I absolutely adore the imagery of the thorns with the blue flowers. The flowers representing Dahna and the thorns representing Rena. I love it. Where did all of the universe go? Just kiss already! I love these two. They did it! Let's go! Oh, it's so good. Look at how pretty this is! And then they take you straight into the credits. Really, really hoping that I don't have to mute this on YouTube. I'm actually, now that we're at the credits, I might mute this part. Yeah, sorry, chat, but I'm gonna mute it here just to be super safe that the video doesn't get blocked. So that way I don't have to redo my commentary if this does get blocked, so I apologize. You got to hear some of the music, or on YouTube you might not have gotten to hear any of it, I don't know. But you can, I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. Someone, the original people who made the song have uploaded it somewhere, I'm sure. But hey, also I love credits like this where it shows you a bunch of cutscenes from throughout the game. Big fan of this style of credits. Really, really great stuff. The ending of this game gets me. I was wondering, as we were getting to the end today, I was like, oh man, I wonder if it's gonna hit as hard as it did the first time. It probably doesn't hit quite as hard. You know, the first time you see something like that is always when it hits hardest. But this one, like, oh man, it still hits so good. That moment of Volron, like, killing himself, essentially, suicide bombing pretty much to get rid of the Renus Alma just to spite Alphen. And then Alphen being like, we can reach out to the will of Dahna. Yo, Zephyr, my boy! Being like, we can reach out to the will of Dahna, and then the will of Dahna. Like, I think that's such incredible build-up, right? Because very slowly throughout the game, the main focus of the game at first is the lords and, like, liberating people and all that. But even from the start with Balseph right there, they show, like, a spirit vessel taking form as a spirit, as a Freet, like the avatar of a Freet. And they start building up in the second half of the game where it's like, oh, the astral energy, as it gathers more and more, it grows a will. And the fact that, like, all of the machinations of the game and everything that went wrong was from the dark spirit forming a will from the astral energy of Rena, leading to the solution to, like, getting the happy ending in the game is the will of Dahna forming, essentially, through all of the characters, and leading to this moment is fantastic. It's just so good. I love the storytelling of it. It's amazing. Great stuff. Hibana, really good opening, by the way. The secondary theme song is also good, but I love Hibana. It's the first one. But yeah, I'm sorry I'm having to mute this. You know how YouTube is and whatnot. Ufotable, I was gonna say, isn't it Ufotable who normally does cutscene, like, animated stuff for Tales of? And it looks like Ufotable still did the animated stuff for this game as well, and they did fantastic. Oh, wait. I think the song's over. Turning back on the music, there's Dahna and Rena as one, being as they're supposed to be, with all of the sparkles being like a ring of Saturn. I love it. Dahna and Rena is one. What are you gonna hit me with next? More copywritten music, or do we have a cutscene? What's up? Oh, here we go. I love this. I love that it looks like it's in the shape of the Renus Alma there. Oh, it's so good. No more thorns!
Let's go!
I also love all the flowers, chat. The blue and the pink roses and whatnot. Great stuff. Oh, no! Alright, I'm having to mute it again because it's literally just playing Hibana, which will definitely not only get content ID matched, but might also just block the video, so that's gotta be super muted. I'm sorry, I love Tales of Arise. I wish it didn't use so much, like, heavy copywritten music. Oh, man. Dude, but Hibana is such a good song. I heavily recommend you go watch it while listening to this. Or, like, turn it on in the background while you're listening to me talk here. It's such a good host. Such a good song, rather. Hibana's just a straight-up song. Great stuff. Tales of Arise. And look, we're right at a little over the 4-hour mark. That's fantastic. So we're not going to get to any post-game stuff today. It took a bit longer to finish the main story than I expected. I underestimated how long the final dungeon was, just like I did the first playthrough. But, yeah, we have... What was I going to say? We have the post-game to go now, and I'm going to do the post-game and all. I'm hoping I can finish streaming all the stuff I want to do in the post-game. I want to get all the sub-quests done. I want to catch all the fish. Ideally, get through all of the skits again would be nice. Bunch of good stuff. Hopefully, I think I'm going to get 3, maybe 4 more streams of Arise before the DLC drops. We're going to do some 5-hour streams over this coming weekend to try and get it all done. But I'm positive I can get this at least uploaded to YouTube before the DLC drops. I might not get all of the playthrough uploaded before the DLC drops, but I'll get as close as I can. But, yeah. Oh, man. Tales of Arise is so great. I also wanted to say it went nonstop cutscenes, so I couldn't talk about it in the moment. And I talked a lot about how I loved the ending in general there, but I have to say as well, that final fight between Alphen and Volron, it is not a little known fact. If you've been watching my playthrough for a while, then you know I am not a fan of 1v1s in Tales of. I just don't vibe with them. The game is designed to be 4 players at once against any amount of enemies. I don't enjoy 1v1s in this game that much, or in Tales of in general. That final one with Volron, even though I ended up having to hit retry on this go around, is really good. It's really good. You only have to get them to half health, and then you don't have to worry about losing anymore. And when you get them to half health, then you get to just do this really, really fun victory lap of Alphen wielding the blazing sword non-stop and using the special moves with it and all, which is really enjoyable to finish off as they're having their conversation with one another. And then going into the mystic art at the very end, and the mystic art being interrupted is fantastic. It's a great way to close out the game. I love it a lot. I also love one line that always sticks out to me that entire sequence is, I think it's right when Alphen is doing the mystic art, or starts it. He says, "I'll show you the limits of your solitude," or the results of your solitude, something like that. But it really shows how, like, Alphen and Volron, because they were both made sovereigns, they were both Dahnan slaves. Alphen might not have really been like a slave per se before being kidnapped and turned into the sovereign, but he was in a similar like setup kinda, and he became a slave after for sure. But the way they show that, like that parallel between the two of them, and how Alphen is like, the main difference between us is you were alone and I wasn't, was fantastic. I love it a lot. It shows a lot of Alphen's character mainly, and Alphen is maybe my favorite character in this game. He's one of my favorite Tales of protagonists. Just a moment. I think I can turn back on the music. It just sounds like normal, really quiet music now. It's no longer playing Hibana like it did for the... I think it just did the opening of Hibana for a minute and a half. But not the full version of the song like I thought they were going to. But sorry for all the muting and stuff in this, but copyright issues, you know how it be. You know how it be. But, I mean, really, just fantastic ending to the game. I love the Great Astral Spirit being the big final boss, and I love its design, very similar to the design of Shadow, the spirit that shows up throughout the Tales of franchise, where he's normally, like, he doesn't have legs, kinda, and he has, like, 2 arms and a head, etc. Like, he's got the similar look, but much more Zoogle-styled, like, more Tales of Arise-esque, which I really enjoy. I also love seeing art like this in the credits. Really, really cool-looking credit sequence, I gotta say. And that big finish with Alphen being like, all of Dana's will can come together and get us out of this. And the solution to having to deal with the evil spirit, or not even really evil as they cover at the end of the game, but the malevolent spirit of... Malevolent still means evil, but you know what I mean. Having to deal with the spirit of Rena that has caused them, like, been the root of all of their problems, with the spirit of Dana is fantastic storytelling. I love it. I love it so, so much. And I hope that other people enjoyed it as well, because I think it's great, and I hope we get writing similar to that in future Tales of games. But yeah, Tales of Arise is fantastic, like a 9.5 out of 10 game. Does it have a thing here and there that annoys me? Yes, I wish that the mystic art was smoother to proc. I wish that giant ogre enemy wasn't so annoying. I really just wish that giant ogre enemy wasn't always a duo, and instead it was you usually fight one of them with another enemy or two of some kind, but then, like, when it's really difficult, 2 of them show up instead of it always just being 2 of them together. But those are relatively minor gripes overall. At large, I love the game. I love the gameplay, I love the characters, I love the story. I just love them all so much. It makes it one of my favorite games of all time. I'm really looking forward to doing the post-game and doing the post-game dungeon, because this game has one of the best post-game dungeons in the Tales of franchise. If you haven't seen it before, you're gonna love it. You gotta watch the post-game of this for sure. It's gonna be great. But I love the way this art looks. It's so good. But yeah, I am so hyped for the DLC. I cannot wait for the DLC. I am hoping for the best. I hope they really knock it out of the park, because this game was fantastic, and it ends on a great note, so I really hope the DLC adds a lot to it. Okay, we still have more credits. Sorry, I thought that we were about to get something else. But yeah, overall, just fantastic. Fantastic stuff. I am so excited. I just cannot wait. The music in this game also, I'm just thinking of things I love about the game at this point. Music in this game, phenomenal. I love the music in this game. A lot of the normal music, a lot of the area music. That final boss music against Volron, I have listened to on my own time so much. It is one of my favorite tracks in gaming. Like, if I had to start, if you told me, like, hey, name, like, just your favorite tracks, period. Not like, don't be like, oh, what's your favorite overall soundtrack, but just one specific track from games. What are some of your favorites? The final, I don't remember what it's called. I don't think it has a fancy name. I think it's called, like, Final Boss Phase 3 or something when I've looked it up before. But the final battle music against Volron in Tales of Arise is one of my favorite tracks in gaming. It just hits the moment so well and is so good. And the rest of the music throughout the game is great. There's really no track that I dislike. Not every track is like a standout banger, but a lot of them are, especially the battle music, like fighting the Giganzugals, fighting the Lords, stuff like that. Just the basic battle music is even really good. Some of the basic battle music in specific areas, one that immediately comes to mind is Revile Prison Tower, the one where Ganabelt is. That area has really good area and battle music. I adore it. Also, again, I love seeing, like, this art at the end with the credits and all. Really great stuff. I love that a lot. Fishing minigame, as someone pointed out in chat. Fishing minigame is really fun. It's a good little break every now and then to do a little bit of fishing. Goes over really well. I love it a lot. It's no character card from Tales of Berseria, because character cards from Tales of Berseria is still the best minigame I've ever played in Tales of, and one of the best minigames I've gotten to play in gaming, because it's just a really good dose of nostalgia and just really fun with a good amount of strategy and RNG to it for a minigame like that. But, yeah, just great stuff. Weapon crafting in this game is pretty basic, but also fun. I love having the crafting system to get better weapons over time by getting correct materials and all. And what I really love in the game is the accessory system. The accessory system is not overly complicated, but it's not overly simple. You know, you get the stuff you want, you upgrade it to max, and then you try and craft the best accessory by moving the bonuses from one piece of an accessory to the other to make your one ultimate accessory, and I really enjoy that. I like that a lot. So it was a nice breath of fresh air after Zestiria and Berseria had been way too complicated. And I liked Zestiria and Berseria's, like, equipment setup, but it was a bit too much, especially because it was, like, designed for you to NG+ before really getting into it, it feels like. But yeah, Tales of Arise is just fantastic, and I'm basically just waiting for the credits to wrap up at this point. Seeing all the girls cooking together, that's nice. Also, again, I really can't say it enough. I love that this game gets a happy ending. Like, straight up just a full-on good ending. And if the DLC changes that, I will be mad. But I don't think they will. I think that Bandai is not that stupid. But, I've said before that I always prefer happy endings. I'm totally good if you want to put in some angst, like Zephyr dying, for instance. Some sad stuff, some character deaths throughout the story and all, but I always really crave a good ending by the time I get to the end of the game. Because when I've gone through and really enjoyed a cast of characters and really enjoyed a story, that's what I really want, is I'm like, oh, I really like these characters, I want them to have a happy ending. I just don't enjoy it as much if they get a bad ending in the end, because then I'm like, oh, well, dang it, I liked them. Why'd they get a bad ending? You know what I mean? But, so I think this game does amazing at giving you a really happy ending after Zestiria had a bad ending because it's a bad game. But Zestiria, Berseria, and I don't remember Xillia 2 exactly. I think Xillia 2 was mostly a happy ending. It was a little... I gotta play Xillia 2 again. It's been a while. But Xillia 1, Berseria, and Zestiria all had bittersweet endings. 2 bad endings, depending on your perspective, really. And by bad endings, I mean, like, endings where, like, the good guys, like, someone lost something. Like, spoilers for them. At the end, Xillia is super bittersweet, and I love Xillia a lot, and I'm totally fine with its ending, even though I would have preferred a full-on happy ending. But its ending is that Jude and Mila get separated, but there's hope for the future, and everyone else is okay and happy and whatnot. And you believe that Jude and Mila will get to meet again one day. But it's a bit bittersweet, because you don't actually see them get together. They get to meet again in Xillia 2, but they don't go far with Jude and Mila in that game, which is one of my problems with Xillia 2. Zestiria is, hey, we saved the day and all that, but, like, Saray goes to sleep for 1,000 years or something, so, like, he doesn't get to see any of his friends for ages and ages, and a lot of his friends grow old and die while he's gone, which Zestiria is really bad with characters and story in general, so who cares? But at the end of Berseria, again, spoiler alert, watch my Redux that I recently did if you haven't yet, but at the end of Berseria, you know, Velvet ends up, like, sealed away, essentially, forever with her brother in, like, some infinite dream, which can be bittersweet or can just be seen as kind of like a bad ending, but all of the other characters other than Velvet just get to, like, live their lives and do cool new stuff and be happy, presumably, other than, you know, what happens to Aizen way down the road, but it's still, like, a happy ending for Aizen because he got to live his life how he wanted, which was etc, etc. Anyways, my point is I'm very glad this game went full-on happy ending. I love that Tales of Arise went just full-on happy ending. Like, some characters died along the way, like Zephyr and all, but at large, all the characters get a happy ending, and it's fantastic, and I love it. I really hope this music isn't copywritten, because I haven't heard this throughout the entire game until now. I really doubt it would. And then this! I adore this! This final little image right here, where, like, it's very clear that Shion and Alphen just got married, and all the characters are together, like, congratulating them on getting married. I love that! That is how you end your game right there. I adore it. That's so good. Oh, fantastic stuff. So great. So great. I love it. But for those of you who don't know, the DLC is presumably, I believe they've already confirmed, the DLC takes place after the main story, so after Rena and Dahna become one, but it's before this little marriage bit, so I'm really interested in if they're gonna, like, tackle anything going on with Alphen and Shion's relationship since they kissed at the end of the game and all that. But, I will save my clear data, thank you. We will just save that over this one right here, and then I still have my clear data up here of those two. Save that. About 51 hours to finish the main game. It took me in my original playthrough to also do the post-game. It took about 83 hours. I'm gonna clear that time by a lot. I'm surprised at how much faster I'm going. I'm kind of hoping we have about 15 hours left in the game to do all the post-game stuff. I actually think it might be a little less than 15 hours, but we'll see. But I'm expecting this playthrough to end around the 65-hour mark, so it's going to be like 17 hours faster than my original playthrough. Granted, I played this game like 2 years ago, so it's relatively fresh on my mind compared to how I normally do Reduxes like 3 to 5 years after the last time I played something. But, oh, what a game, chat. What an incredible game. I adore it. Don't play music. Don't play an opening. You're gonna play an opening, aren't you? Don't no none of that. That is going to be all for today. For those of you watching on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed. The DLC will be landing on the YouTube channel very soon. It's coming out on Thursday the 9th. I don't know when this video exactly is going live, but I know it'll be before then. The DLC comes out on Thursday the 9th. I will be streaming it Thursday the 9th, and then I will be uploading the first probably like 6 videos of it on Friday the 10th. Like, I'll stream it Thursday, and then I'll render it and get it uploaded that night to go up the next day. So you'll be seeing it the day after it comes out, or you can come watch the stream live when I stream it live on Thursday the 9th if you don't want to wait. But that'll be coming very soon. Also, the post-game, we're not done with this Redux yet. I'm going to do the post-game, get all this stuff done, because I want to use this save file for the DLC, since it's a more recent playthrough than my original one. So I've still got stuff to get done before then. I'm not sure if I'm going to get it all uploaded to YouTube before the DLC drops, but I'm going to get as close as I can. I know, or at least I'm really confident, I'll be able to finish streaming this playthrough before the DLC drops. But yeah, great stuff, great stuff. So if you want to catch streams live, link to my Twitch channel in the description. I would love to see you there, or keep watching on YouTube. I appreciate your support either way, and I hope you're as pumped for the Tales of Arise DLC as I am, because I cannot wait. I'm so excited. But yeah. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. Till then, farewell.